I'm Teresa Younkin, founder and CEO of Mosaic Life, an AI-driven wellness app and a health informaticist. Welcome to my summer series on AI, FHIR, and patient engagement. Two things happened this past week which made me think about what I was going to talk about. As you guys all know, I'm very passionate about the work that we do. I really do feel this is one way that we can make a change in healthcare and we can have real effect on the lives of others. This final episode is really about what does this look like in the future? And I was thinking a lot about it because, as many of you know, my husband and I are primary caretakers of my in-laws as well as my parents. And my mom had been having this issue. She was trying to get an appointment, and so she was calling and calling and calling. And one day she got so frustrated, she looked at me and she said, Teresa, it's a damn shame when you get old because people just don't care. And that really kind of stabbed me in my heart. And it really makes me think about how do we treat others here in healthcare and how will this technology have an effect on that? The second thing that happened, it was like this collision of things was that lo and behold, this ended up in my mailbox. And it's not mine, it belonged to my neighbor. And as I took it back to him, I said, hey, when you're done with this, can I please have it? Because I'm super passionate about AI and medicine. And that's what this particular issue of the Rochester Review was focused on. If we want to get real about the future of healthcare, you have to think about it. And I know for me, it makes me excited, makes me a little bit scared, just because I think I just want to have a doctor who doesn't treat me. They really know me because I've got hopes and dreams. And, depending on what kind of health concerns that you have a future that you want to plan and you want to make sure that you can have that future. Technology shouldn't replace human touch. What it should do is it should really amplify it in ways that right now we are only beginning to imagine. Now, just indulge me here. Close your eyes and just imagine when you can walk into a doctor's office where the system already knows your entire medical history and knows your lifestyle, your genetics. But here's the kicker. It's not just cold and impersonal, meaning that it's just letters on a screen. It would be like having a really smart friend who's right there to support your doctor in giving you the best care possible. And we all know with incredible power comes a whole lot of responsibility. And you know what? We as healthcare technologists need to make sure that AI is fair, that it sees everybody as an equal, because at the end of the day, it really is about human beings taking care of other human beings. And AI is just here to help us do that better. And I've talked about FHIR and how it helps these different healthcare systems finally talk to each other so that maybe, just maybe, you won't have 15 different portals because you've got 15 different types of doctors, right? And I'm not even talking about having a chronic disease. I'm talking about your eye doctor, your dentist, your chiropractor, your podiatrist. You go to a medical spa, they've got a PHR. So we've got all of this information that's floating around. And goodness gracious, it should be interoperable. We shouldn't be patchworks of data. We should be whole, entire people with data. We should be able to have it available to us as patients and be able to send it to whomever we want to, make sure that the people who need it have it. I think about not having to go in every single January and give the same information over again, or every time I go to a different doctor, have to repeat something that they should already know because it's in the medical record. Interoperability is really going to help us to do that. And let me tell you, when we as patients can connect the dots and our doctors can have a complete picture of who we are, let me tell you, that's when real healing can begin. With the way that AI is being developed and the progress that it's making, I'm sure you've heard of agents, AI learning systems that are learning and they can create new thoughts, not just a predictive model like ChatGPT is or some of the other LLMs, but it really is about them learning from what they do and getting smarter as we go along. So think about this. What if you had an avatar that could actually talk to you that you could actually speak to, interact with, that made it feel like it was your advocate, not just some sort of buddy or some clunky robot next to you, but something that you could have with you that actually gets you because it's learning about you. It's personalized to you. I don't think it's too far down the road that we're going to start seeing agent-like behavior, and we can apply that to healthcare. We can have these advocates that are advocating for us, remembering the things that we can't remember, bringing up other issues that had happened in the past that we had totally forgotten about. Maybe some of you are experiencing touches of dementia or Alzheimer's with your parents or grandparents, and understand that loss of memory. It would be wonderful if I can't go with my mom for her to have an advocate on her phone that could remind the doctor of something that was in her past and not forgotten or buried somewhere deep in her electronic medical record. Technology can be there as a bridge to bridge the gap when you need it too. So there's so many possibilities that are out there. I guess what I really want you to remember is that all of this tech that we're talking about, it's not here to replace the human connection. It's here to make sure that that connection is even stronger. It's about creating that perfect harmony between a high-tech tool and high-touch care. Now, how do we make the most of this feature? Well, three things I want you to remember. We got to keep it ethical. We got to keep it real. As we push the boundaries with AI, we got to make sure that our minds and our hearts are in check. And we have to make sure that these systems are smart, that they're fair, and that they're unbiased, and that they always have a human touch involved in it. Embracing FHIR, like I said, interoperability is a way to break down the walls between our health systems and between our different care providers. It's about making sure that your whole health story is heard, no matter where you go. And finally, just remember that you are the center of it all. When we talk about AI and we talk about data, we just can't forget that really it is all about you. It's about your health, your story, your life. So every piece of tech should be making that healthcare experience better, more personal, and more you. They need to be our allies in our quest to have better health. And the future of healthcare, it's not about the next shiny object or the next gadget. It's about using those gadgets to create care that's more personal, more effective, and it is filled with more compassion than ever before. So I hope that one day we get to the point where our docs are no longer just looking at screens, but if something devastating comes along, that your healthcare provider will actually have the ability and the time that they can be sitting next to you and holding your hand. True compassion. So, as you start this long last weekend of the summer with your family, enjoy your time. And just remember, as you look around, you are worthy of this incredible care because you and your family deserve to be seen, heard, and understood no matter where you are in your healthcare journey. Take the time this weekend, enjoy the time that you have with your family, embrace them, love them, and then come back next Tuesday. And as we step into the future, I want you to have an open heart, an open mind, and to be really ready to transform healthcare into something that is truly, truly amazing.